Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play 35 plus years of Advanced Squad Leader. Um, I wonder if I ever will have to update that to like Let's Play 40 years or 45 years. Um, so hello and welcome back, everybody. I'm shocked and surprised and also astounded for multiple reasons. Thank you, Tin Flash, for subscribing. I never expected that. Um, Also, Twitch did not email me about that. Now I don't know if that's like it's not in the socials thing or whatever. So just in case, I'm gonna replay this, and hopefully this isn't bugged. Okay, I have to. I made that in like 2021. Okay. That's great. Thank you, Tin Flash. Um, obviously, Rob's not here tonight, unfortunately. So I decided to dig through some scenarios and found J-40 might makes right. I'm a little late today because I was planning on doing another Norwegian one, and then I realized that I'd played it before. Sometimes, you have so many scenarios that you just you mess them up. So tonight's scenario is takes place in Norway as well. However, it's very interesting. I don't know. I assume this is going to end quickly, but maybe I'm being a little too pessimistic here. So this scenario is one where the Norwegians are able to set up in a very large area. So they get to set up between DD on board 10, which is the right board, and K on board 18. Obviously, as you can see, that gives a lot of space for them to deploy or set up, however you want to call it. Technically, deploying, being its own thing. But what's important or interesting from a certain point of view is that the Germans get to set up on hex row P on board 18, which is just the offboard hexes. I'm pretty sure I have not played this one. I feel like I got a flashback there and was a little worried. But because the Germans get to set up so close, it's very chaotic with regards to their victory conditions. So as I start putting some counters down, I'll get into that and hopefully people will understand what exactly I mean by it. So the Norwegians get quite a few concealment counters, which is nice. It's a very small scenario as well. So the Norwegians have 8 squads and a really good leader and a couple of MMGs, whereas the Germans have, 12 squads, a whole slew of weapons, but the majority of their forces come in from off board. So you kind of, turn one, you're not doing too much in a safe quote unquote environment. It also means you have to be very careful as to like what you do and where you go. So with that in mind, this is all that you get to start with. So you have the 8-0 leader, you got an MMG, an LMG, and a handful of squads, which again is not a lot. So I'm gonna try and have this make sense here. Um, Turn tracks. Oh yeah, that is 7 turns, huh? Yeah, it's also weird. This is something to be said about this is that it is scenario J-40, which means it's journal 3, I believe, is the when I was looking at it. And journal 3, if I look at my giant spreadsheet here, is 2001 apparently. So I think, if I'm being honest here, I think this scenario has a holdover from a lot of older design where there's just a lot of turns where you probably shouldn't have this many. you could probably get away with dropping this scenario by a turn, and you could aggressively cut this backboard because if I'm being honest, you're gonna spend like unless the Norwegian player decides to set up far more defensively. Um, yeah, I just don't think there's a. You're not really getting to turn 7. It's what I'm trying to say, I guess. Okay, so in this scenario, the Germans, like I said, come in from off board for a vast majority. Alpine hills are in effect. Now, we've done Alpine hills before. Essentially, all that means is that you can't see um, two separate hexes on a hill if a hill hex also intervenes. So what that means is, I9 can't see G8, G8 can't see E9, etc., etc. E9 can't see D7, so on and so forth. H3 can see F3 because it's not, the line, the LOS does not go over the G3 hill. But that makes it problematic because, again, as the attacker, like you can't use this woods hex as a sort of stepping stone because you can't see past it, and that's bad. um, so I have to try and figure out what would make the most amount of sense. um, and to do that, I'm going to go into a few of the other SSRs here. So because it's Norway, the orchards are not in season anymore, or haven't begun being in season. All the buildings are wooden and single story, so if this was multi-story, I could definitely see someone on the Norwegian side. You'd set up on like EE5 second floor, and really get a better view of the situation, especially on these hill hexes. You'd be able to see just about everywhere, except EE5 can't see G3 because of F3, blah 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 blah, Alpine Hills, etc. Allied minor MMGs do have a breakdown number of 11. Normally it's 12, but they're reduced for this scenario. And that's basically it for SSRs. So there's not a lot in terms of SSRs. However, the killer point here is that the scenario objectives, the victory condition, is provided the Norwegians amass 10 or fewer CVP, prisoners do not count double, the Germans win at game end if they control 13 or more building hexes on board 10. That's cool and all, but 5 squads is not that many. Obviously, it's less than half, since they have 12, or 12 total, I should say, because they technically have some half squads in there, so it's squad equivalent. But that's not a lot to go by. They do have high morale, but again, that doesn't necessarily help them out because uh, all of this open ground really just means that the Germans have the potential to be caught out and lose a squad or two, if not more, if they're unlucky or if something bad happens, like just period, if something happens. They also have a 9-1 and an 8-1 leader. Those are both worth 2 CVP each. So if you have a stack, if you're trying to be greedy as the Germans, you have a stack that happens to get caught out and they break or get blown up in the middle of a road, for example, you're just in a really bad spot from the get-go. So like I said, I'm going to try and build this in a way that makes sense. Obviously, I've said it before, and I think it bears repeating. Knowing where everything is, at least marginally, is very tough to kind of plan around because, I know where everything is. So it can be a little tough to try and play this fair. I think is the best way to put it. Okay. So all of my guys that are on board. The question is, who do I want to try and risk, or do I not risk anybody right away? I think if I'm trying to get a foothold somewhere and I want this to make sense, I don't think anybody has line of sight on O10. So I'm going to try this and probably live to regret it, or not live to regret it. Sorry. I'm gonna have everybody in P10 on there try to do something about this, and uh, P7 might have line of sight on K1. So I think that's my criteria here. Is I'm gonna hope that I can get some really good shots. Um, P10, that group is going to move up. I'm noticing now that N10 is probably under view from K6. So, at this point, I can assault move to O10 and then advance into N10 and 9, and then just pray that on the defensive fire on turn 1, Norwegians, I can maybe get some victories there. Um, as for the other guys, like, man, I have no goddamn clue where I'm gonna put anybody. Like, this is kind of the dilemma that I had to begin with. Is, yeah, I can set some people up. You know what? Maybe I do this. I put my MMGs. I do just like all the support weapons, and they'll come in on here, and then I can split them in the advance and just pray. I think that might be what I have to do. I don't know what I'm gonna do for the infantry here. Like, I guess my plan is going to be like singular guys going down this road, and then maybe like advance into M6. Get into N6, get into M6. I think that's my plan there. Um, it's really not that great. Um, I think the other thing too is like I wouldn't really know if anybody's in this building or not. Like I kind of know, obviously, but um, like would I ever risk a mortar in P2? I believe that is. Would I risk a mortar in P2 to get shots on K3 and just pray that I'm gonna get a success? Okay. This might be silly. I'm gonna put the 8-0 down here. I'm gonna put the 8-1 on the road. And here's the game plan. Here's the battle plan here. So battle plan. Um, Gang in P10 is gonna go into these woods. Their goal is to create a nice base of fire on the quote unquote northern part. Is that actually north? Yeah. On the northern part of the map, and slowly kind of like edge their way forward. I need to do this because, frankly speaking, there's far fewer guys just on the top, and so return fire from that direction should not be too great. And again, like I can kind of try to use that base of fire to push these guys back. Hopefully they do get pushed back. If that doesn't work, or at the very least, like having 09 and 08 as well, 08 should be blocked to anybody down here. So I shouldn't have too much fire going at them. Meanwhile, like some machine guns or a mortar in 09, I can kind of splash these guys back. I can see over the hedge. So, outside of like woods and stuff, I should be able to see somebody sometime. And I guess like when that's not the case, I just hope that I'll be far enough that the allied minor, firepower that's coming at me will be green squads rather than the 5 range squads. There's fewer green squads, but again, this is fingers crossed here, because again, I cannot lose 5 squads. That's the absolute maximum. I can only lose 4 squads. Otherwise, I'm cooked. Technically, 4 squads and a leader, or 4 squads and a half squad, but that's not a lot. It is really not a lot for either the way I've been playing, or just like natural consequences of like, at 4 squad loss, like I'm not going to do self rallies, or at least I don't think I would want to do self rallies, because again, like that's just bad. So yeah. Okay. That's it for the guys on board. This mortar is going to maybe I do target the building. Um, yeah, maybe I have him here and I powder this this building because I just like if it turns out that it's real, I don't think I don't think those mortars have smoke rounds. If it turns out that that building is real, they will absolutely murder these guys. And like if I'm playing against somebody and they weren't using the building, I'd be more surprised. I think that's the way I'm going to play it. And then, yeah, these guys, their goal is to, like, maybe they'll come in on the hill hex, and then I have a choice of stay on the hill or get off the hill, go into O1, and hope that these bottom guys aren't real. And then the road guys, like I said, hope that these guys aren't real, hope that these guys aren't real. Because if they're both real, they're messed. Same thing with like these guys in K6. They've got a nice little view, like pockets of view everywhere. In fact, like if the mortar really goes well and I can clear this building, I should be able to lock in on K6 as well. So it gives me some variety. I can probably hit I8 as well. So I have options. I think that's worthwhile. And yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and just declare this is the start here. I'm going to save my game in case anything happens. There we go. J-40 setup, and then log this. So I'm gonna start my log file here, and then we'll get going. So game start. Perfect. Okay. So real quick here. I don't believe anybody can see P10. I do have to string, unfortunately. So I'm going to string. Would these guys see them? They do? Wow, okay. Well, they don't gain concealment, which sucks. But this 457 does. So all the Norwegians are concealed. We do weather, no change. Rally phase, no actions. Prep fire. Like I said, I will do mortar against the building because I do not trust it. Yeah, it's a +2 because I'm shooting at a concealed unit, which will mean it's a miss and also no rate. So I am, this is not a real good start at this point. So that goes there. You're prep fired, no rates. And I don't want to do anything else. I got no other prep fire. So, like I said, I will assault move to O10. I really don't think that K6 would have a line of sight on that. So I'm not going to bother. The stack that's off board will assault move to what is P8, because I'm just going to advance at that point. And then over in the bottom, I'm going to do a normal move to P1 for 1 from off board. And then I'm going to have him go to O1 because, yeah, I didn't get to do anything on the building, so I'm not going to risk it. I am going to reveal a squad as the Norwegians. That's a 2 down 2. That's a bad start. Shit. That is a 4 on 2, which is a 1 morale check. Yep. All right. I forgot to put sniper, which, and I should also, before I forget anything else, I also got to program snipers because I always forget to program snipers when I play against myself. Sand 2 ELR 4. All right, well, at least they're not going to ELR. So there's that. It's going to be very rare for them to ELR, but I don't think that's really going to matter outside of that. So Axis Sand is 2, Allied Sand is 3, Allied ELR 3, and 4. Really, just 3? All right, cool. Cool. So that happened. I get to have 2 residual. That guy's first fired. Yeah, that really doesn't put me at ease at all. I think I'm just going to play it safe. And everybody else is going to self-move into P1. And then on the following turn, I can try and, you know, expose myself or whatever. Man, don't clip that, please. Okay. Over here, off board, squad's going to come in to P6 for 1 normal move. I'm not going to take a shot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, well, I can't go further anyways. Here for 2. And then 3 into N5. As it gets there, I'm going to reveal a leader in a squad, and they're going to take a shot as a down 2 shot on 2. 6 is a pintash check. They are fine. But the important part was the leader direction so that they're not, they don't have any issues there. This should also be 1. I don't know why I put 2. So he's fine. He's there for 3. I just don't trust this at all. So I'm gonna have these guys. I'm gonna have one guy come in for 1, and then 2, 3 to 07, and then the next guy will go 1, no shot, 2, 3, and then 4, 5. And again, they're not. You can't see them because of the line of sight on Alpine Hills. I'm actually going to double check this. I'm pretty sure. I'm just being paranoid at this part because I want to make sure I'm not messing this up. But I'm very certain that Alpine Hills is the you can't see past. Same level hill hexes. Alpine Hills. Where the heck is it? There we go. B10.211. Yeah, equal elevation hill hexes block out LOS through them, not into them. Cool. So that's it for movement phase, defensive fire. I don't have any options with these bottom guys. Now it's a question of who I want to reveal and potentially shoot with, and also who can see anything. And at the moment, nobody really wants to either expose themselves or shoot at anything. So we'll just refrain from anything there. Advanced fire phase, none. Because, frankly speaking, nobody's got targets one way or the other. Routes. The only route I can really do is this guy. He's going to route back to P1 as a low crawl. I got to take off this. And then advances. So, in the advance phase, I have a lot of options here. So, I think mortar here is going to make more sense because of more wood options. These guys are going to come down to 08 to cover these guys who are going to advance. So I want these guys near and these guys far. And then over here, mortar's fine where he is. I don't need to mess with that. I am going to pair up that squad with the 8-1. And then I think instead of just keeping him out here, I'm going to put him up the hill. It's probably a bad spot, but frankly speaking, it's better if I do it that way, I think. Because I can at least get the height advantage for a +1, rather than M5 where I'm just kind of toast if anything happens. So that's it for advances. No CC. We go to Norwegian turn 1. Weather is no change. Rally phase, there's only one to do. The Germans do not rally, and that's it. We go to prep fire phase. In the prep fire phase, now I get to actually reveal guys. I gotta remember who can see what. So I think first things first, I'm gonna have the 2 firepower flat, no leader because there's no point. That didn't do anything. And then these guys are going to bug out, really, which is fine. Over here, I have a 9-2 with the medium machine gun. They're going to reveal, and I think my target's going to be N9. That's just too juicy to not shoot at. So it's going to be 8 down 1, 1 morale check. Leader's fine. Squad breaks. Second squad also breaks. All right, that's terrible. I did not get rate of fire, which is very unfortunate. Otherwise, I would have absolutely shot again. These guys... Yeah, you know what? Because these guys are broken, I have to take this chance. So I'm going to reveal 2 squads plus LMG. They're all going to shoot at N9. That's a 10 up 1. 6 on 10 is probably just a 1 check. It is just a 1 check. So 1 check on the same stack in N9. Leader breaks. Squad is reduced. Wow. Okay. All right. Well, there's two. Okay. The Norwegians are 1/5 of the way to their objective. There was no rates. Again, bummer, but I'll take it. I'll take whatever I can get at this rate. I don't think there's anything else for me to do or shoot at. Because nobody's really in line of sight for anything. The only problem with some of this setup is I know some guys are kind of dead in the water. Should the worst happen. So, I'll go to moving phase, because again, I think that's it for that. In the moving phase, I'm going to have this remaining stack are going to normal move, because I don't think I'm penalized. So, they're going to normal move 2, 3, and then 4, 5, because I don't think anybody sees them in I1. So they'll go there, which is nice. Gives me a nice little escape plan. Yeah, those guys, they're just going to have to... Actually, they're going to assault move, because I can do that, and they won't get spotted. Same thing, H10 is going to assault move to G10. And then I think that's it. Yep. Defensive fire phase, I am going to assemble a mortar. And I'm also going to assemble this MMG. But I will have... I don't know if they can see him, but I will have the other squad with the LMG shoot at the guy that moved. So we'll just roll it. No, that's a terrible roll. Do they even see it? They do. Okay. So I can see it, but I do not, unfortunately, get any result out of that. Because it's a +1 down 1. Its range was 8, so this guy's halved. So it's a 5 firepower. Yeah, there's no way. MMG and the squad, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, well, they will shoot 9 up 1. Ugh, wow. They cower. So that goes to a 6. That's a K2. Shit. K2, so random selection. Leader is wounded, and then 2 morale check is pinned. Because he goes down to an 8-1, and so, yeah, he's just pinned. He does have rate. I might as well shoot. It's just machine gun at this point, so it's a 5 up 1, so 8 on 5. Might be... It's a pin test check. Alright. So this is just for the leader. Leader's fine. No further shots. And then 4 up 1. No. And cower, so no effect. I don't think I have any other shots with those guys. Mortar's going to try and shoot again. No, because I still need a 7, and he's only got 1. That gets flipped. I do have rate, so I will shoot again. Miss and no rates. Which obviously I know what that is, but I'm going to keep... Thematically, I'm going to keep shooting at it because that makes the most sense. Yeah, this would be a 2 up 2. That's sniper bait. I could potentially do stacking N6 is going to shoot the woods down there. Alright, never mind. And 4 up 1. Also, never mind, because that's an 8. So, nothing happened. Oh, right, their sniper's 3. Damn it. I was really hoping there. I think that's it for defensive. That's pretty much everybody is shot. So, advanced fire phase, none that I care to do. Routes. For the Germans, I think I have to keep these guys in N9. I don't really have... they can technically route, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. I guess I can technically route, but then that doesn't... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I would have to go there. But I can't because then I get closer. So I'm gonna route 1 up. And the entire reason for this is because it will be out of normal range for those guys. So that's like as much as I can realistically hope for. In the advance phase, I am going to advance these 2 stacks into the building. I actually have to merge them, which is unfortunate. Over here, I do think I want to bug out with a squad. So 1 squad's going to go back. These guys are going to go into the woods in G1. This guy's going to go back to J0. This guy can't move, so I'm just going to... he's just going to exist there, and hopefully that 9-2, well, 8-1 leader now is going to be able to weather the storm here. So we go to turn 2. On turn 2, weather gusts, which isn't going to matter, unfortunately, because I don't envision putting any smoke, and I can't actually put smoke now anyways. But rally phase, we're going to go for the self-rally first, because that just makes the most sense. That goes to a 9, and then it's plus minus 1, so no effect, nothing happens there. And then try to rally this guy, also nothing happens, that sucks. Cool. Prep fire phase, mortar into building, no. Also not a hit. Wow, that's kind of crazy. 4 up 1. 5 on 4 is a 1 check. Leader is fine. And the squad is pinned, I believe. Let me double check this. Pretty sure 5 on 4, or sorry, yeah, 5 on 4 should be a 1 check. Yeah. And because this guy is, the leader's plus 1, minus 1, or minus 1, it counteracts, but, yeah. Okay. I am going to have this mortar in 09. Also, this guy gains concealment, but that's minor. This mortar is going to shoot into the woods. That is a hit plus rate. No effect. Shoot again. Miss. But he does have acquisition. So that's now -2. Prepped. Okay. Medium machine gun squad cowers again. This time it's a 5 on 6, which is a 1 check. Leader's fine, and the squad pins again. Okay. This, and because he cowered, he can't shoot again, which that sucks. Because I really need this guy to break, and that's not happening, and that's going to be a huge problem. Because I need to advance on this, so, and I can't, okay, so there's a world where legitimately I could have done smoke grenades, and that would have actually made a lot of sense, but I can't because of gusts, so I can't do infantry smoke. So this is the one time where actually thinking about smoke and doing infantry smoke makes a lot of sense, but not in the cards. So yeah, I'll just go to movement phase since that's really the only thing I can do. I'm gonna try and brave the elements here. So squadron 01 will bypass 1, 2, 3. And I don't think he gets spotted by G1, and I don't want to go into this hex because this 437 should technically see him. So he'll go there for 3. This squad will do the same. So 1, 2, 3. Leader's just going to stick with this squad and pray. Over here, this 8-1, I'm going to have 1 squad. This is rough. 1 squad is going to go down to N5 for 1. Into M5 for 2. I don't trust this at all as the defender, so I will take this shot. Yeah, I have to take that shot, I think. I also am going to get locked on my gun, or machine gun, I should say. So the machine gun has to point this way, or more specifically this way, so he can see through L5 and L6. It's a 4 firepower down 3. Uh, 4 on 4 is a 1 check. Yeah, okay. He doesn't ELR. He doesn't ELR. So there is that. And this guy is first fired, but that's very, very crummy. So, yeah, 2 residual there. Um, now, I'm gonna need this leader at this point, so I'm just gonna go the other way with this squad and hope. Um, Now, something to be said is I could wait to shoot. I guess technically I could go 2, 3, 4. No, I wouldn't be able to do that. I have to. So the entire thing here is I want to threaten this. I need to threaten this and get this out of the way. They're pinned and the leader's wounded. So any sort of like CC, anything like that, it's way more in my favor than anything has ever been. Like if I can get some guys in there, that'd be great. I guess on a technical level, because I it's mucked up now and like this guy broke, there's not really much in the way. Like, you know, maybe if I assault this building, the building hasn't done anything, but then I'm exposing him to this 437. So yeah, if I wait a turn, like I could technically wait a turn, but man, waiting a turn just feels like so. All right, discretion, better part of valor. I'm gonna not move with that guy. My plan would have been go to M7, and then go and attack them. The problem with that is obviously M7. I'm incentivized with these guys to shoot like instantly because they can't turn the machine gun in this phase. So there would be no targets outside of the Germans willingly throwing guys at it, which wouldn't make any sense. So I'm incentivized to go around, but this squad with an LMG, very dangerous and could 100% mess that up. So I don't think there's a perfect, like there's no like perfect response here. So I think I'm just gonna wait. I'll advance them, and I'll just have to hope that that's enough for success here. Um, like as aggressive as I want to play, I think I have to be patient because of the CVP limit. So I think that's going to be it for that. In terms of movement, I'm super paranoid as to what this guy can see. I don't think he can see Hex 08, but I am very curious if he could see N7. So I think my goal here is I'm going to have the squad with the LMG. They're going to assault move to N7. I'm just going to creep up along this line and just hope. Yeah. So that's going to be it. Defensive fire phase, I mean, it's not really much. What do I do? This covered arc thing goes away. Squad with the LMG is going to try and shoot at M6. Wow. I don't know. Does he see it? He does. So there's a +1. So he cowers, but that's 6 cowers to 4. 3 on 4 is 2 check. I thought that was a K result for a second. So it's a 2 check on this guy. He breaks. Okay. I technically could have gotten rate of fire, but that doesn't happen. And then sniper does activate. 6-5. Where's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Yeah, that goes back to really H5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Well, it goes back here to K6. Technically random selection. Well, no, there is only one guy that could affect. So this guy dies, and then he takes a leader lost morale check, and it's only a +1, so he's fine. So very lucky for the Germans, and even luckier for the Norwegians. But that's all I can realistically do here. Yeah, no rate. Nobody else really has a shot on anything. So, advanced fire phase, nothing. Which is kind of gross. I guess technically I could do 2 firepower up 2. Again, yeah, that's sniper bait. I'm not trying it. Prep fire, none, is all gone. We take out all our counters. Route phase, this guy will go there for 2. This guy's going to go up for 2. And then into here, into N6 for 4. Leader go on top. Take that off. Blah. That's it for routes. Advances. LMG guy's going to go up. Guy with the MMG is going to go up. Mortar can stay there. I'm probably going to want to bail this guy out. Because I can't... Yeah, I just don't trust that. And they're not really in a good position to spot moving around here. So I think that's the play here. And then, yeah, like I could go up on these hills and then just run the hell away. I think that's the plan. I'm going to advance these 2 squads against a green squad because LOL, come on, green is never going to kill that guy. There's no way. And the guy with the MMG is going to pull to M10 so that he doesn't act as bait against those guys and force them to all DM. CC, none, but it's getting there. We go to turn 2, take our pins. What do we got here? Weather, no change. Rally phase, we're going to do self-rally first. Gets it. Then rally doesn't happen. And nope. Alright, that's 7 morale squads that can't rally. Over here, 1 squad rallies, the other does not. So I'll take it. And then over here, does rally, finally. Okay. Cool. Germans are bouncing back here. Prep fire phase. In the prep fire phase, I think I really just, well, 8 up 1. Yuck. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I mean, they're both, yeah, I need to go for the extra points there. I'm going to go 6 up 1. No, damn. That's, I was really hoping on that one. I think that's it for prep fire. We'll go to movement. Like I said, I should be able to move with no issue. So this guy's going to go up for 2 and then 3, 4. Building in the way. You know what? There is that building. Yeah, you know what? I think this building should block it. So he gets there for his 4. This guy's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to split this group, so he's going to regain concealment. I don't think anybody sees him, because this building is in the way. It's a great question, though. Does this guy see him? I don't think he does, because it's plateaued, because of the building. So, yeah. He gets away for free. That's 2, or, sorry, 1, bypass 2, 3, 4. Yeah. And I can move these guys. You know what? I'm fine with where they're. Defensive fire phase. In the defensive fire phase, we're going to go with the tried and tested 9 up 1. 9 on 9 is like a pin test check. He's fine. No rate either, which is unfortunate. We'll go for a 7 up 1. No. All right. Oh, I have to remember, I don't think I rolled an 11 with the MMG. People hopefully will keep me honest if they spot that before I do, or if I missed it. 16 up 1. Okay. Fine. Mortar, building, hit, and rate. I don't think that's an effect. Because it's 50 goes down to 3, and then it's +2 for the building. Yeah, conditional? Yeah. Nothing happens. But he does have rate, so he'll shoot again. Hit plus rate. That will have an effect, I think. So 5 on 3, it's a normal morale check. And unfortunately, that means all those guys are gone. That. And then, sniper doesn't activate. Damn it. That I was really hoping for. Because that could hit, you know, one of these stacks, and then that's really dangerous. So that happened. Mortar doesn't have a shot. This guy doesn't really have a shot. Or, you know what? I'm going to try on this guy. I don't know if he can see him or not, but he does see him. It's a It's halved, so we're looking at 4.5. Flat. So 7 on 4.5. Pin test check. Is he real? No. Cool. Okay. Advanced fire phase. None. Routes. None. Yeah, I don't think anybody broke. Yeah, nobody broke somehow. Advances. You're going in the woods. Which... This guy might see him? Does he see him for concealment status? Yes. This guy goes here. He can stay there for now. Guy with the MMG is tired of getting shot at. He'll go to K5 to limit who gets to shoot at him. This would be the dumbest thing possible. Like, how good do I think my my close combat would be? I could do 1-1. I mean, he's dead anyways. Yeah, fuck it. CC, ambush. So the Germans ambush. 2-1, down 1. Damn it. Or sorry, yeah, no, that would have been. That would have been the Norwegians' role. That sucks. That's a bummer. If only one of them was like pinned or something, or like maybe worse. I don't know. Oh well. That's it for turn 2. We go to turn 3, rally phase or weather. No change. Rally phase. Got a bunch of still broken guys. So let's do the one with the minuses here. Success. And the ones without the minuses. Okay. And one comes back. So there's an extra point. So a third of the way there, which is not great. That's it for rally phase, though. We go to prep fire. You know what? 8 up 1. Okay. Man, the Germans have really gotten lucky in this one, I find. 3 on... Well, they'll cower, so 3 on 6. Wow, it's another K2. K2. Random selection. Okay. Wounded. Yeah, he's just wounded. This guy is halved. And then this guy takes a 2 morale check. I've double clicked for no reason, but he breaks. Yeah. Okay, well, this is not going well. LMG and squad and M7 are going to shoot at the gun. Okay, well, never mind. So that happened. These guys shot. Mortar doesn't have a target. Mortar doesn't have a target. So we're going to just take these off because they're going to move anyways. I might even ditch the mortars. I don't know if I need them anymore. Maybe I'll keep them. The fact that they're so big just really sucks. Yeah, no other shots. Movement. Movement's still the treacherous thing here. So I'm going to declare CX with P1. So they will go 1, bypass 2, 3, bypass 4, bypass 5, bypass 6, 7, 8. Which, you know, doesn't kill them because they do get to low crawl to F0, but they're pretty much on the edge there. Those guys are threatened. And then when they advance, that'll pretty much be it. There's not much of not really a way they can get out of it. Mortar team here is going to move 1, 2, 3. Over here. So medium machine gun is going to assault move to L10. So I can shoot at this guy. These guys that came back are going to bypass 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Squad and leader are going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Guy with the mortar will do 1, 2, 3. And then over here, I guess I can do like 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, unless I CX, but then I'm just CXing to get in there. Man, there's no good way to attack that, huh? And I can't really cut my losses because, you know, not only is it an MMG in the rear, which is not good, period, but there's not really, like, there's no real safety from that hex. I'm going to try and rush it, and then, because I got 3 squads. So I got 3 corpses. I got 3 things. So, first guy, normal move to M6. I'm not going to shoot with the squad or MMG. I think that makes the most sense. Because if you're in an M6, like, I can still shoot in defensive fire. So that doesn't really bother me all that much. So they'll get there for 1, 2. Now I just have to. Like, it's just insane not to. Now they cower, which is really bad. Because while that is 16 down 2, which then turns to 12, like, it's a KIA, which really sucks for the Germans, but that does final fire them. So that brings them to 5, which now they're at half, which also is not great. But, man, if I had the leader... so 6 residual there. So with 6 residual, I will do... squad will do 1, 2, 2, and then... oh, I need to declare this. Would I think that there'd be more through the woods? Not even. Because I feel like I would have to, like, potentially CX. So I would cover this, I think. It makes the most sense. So this guy gets here for 2, and then 3, 4. And, again, because there's not really much to gain to not shoot, like, I would rather risk it, so I will final protective, which is... yeah, it's 16 halved. It's an 8. It's an 8 down 1. Should be down 1. No, sorry. It's an 8 flat. 8 flat and pins him. So 7 on 8 is a 1 morale check. He breaks because that's been typical. But this guy's pinned now. I will then take this opportunity to go 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I will shoot again because I would be insane not to. So I don't think this includes the MMG because it's out of covered arc. So it's just the squad, which means that goes from an 8, so a 4 to an 8, halved back to 4 for subsequent, and then halved again. And then it's flat. So it's a 3 on 2, I believe, which is a 1 morale check, which I've been getting really close to better rolls. If this guy wasn't pinned, these guys would have 3 on 4. That's still a 2 morale check. That sucks. Nonetheless, there is still residual. And I do have an extra shot, which I might as well because they're still considered moving. So I'm pinned, but that's a 7 on 2, which doesn't do anything. And then that's going to be it for that guy's shots. And that's going to be it for movement from the Germans. So defensive fire phase, none. Yeah, none. Nope. No shots. Advanced fire phase. In the advanced fire phase, I need to take off this counter. In the advanced fire phase, this stack is going to shoot, so it's a 4 flat. Nope. Huzzah. We'll just mark them that way. Yeah, I might as well. This stack is going to shoot. It's a 4 up 2. Pintash check. The leader will not pin, despite everything. And that's it for advanced fire phase. So we go to routes. In the route phase, this guy gets to route. I'm not... I guess I could technically route to this, but I might as well... I don't really have a spot for with a leader. You know what? That's technically true. I do need to go towards the nearest in movement factors, which is technically K3. And because I can't see this guy because of Alpine Hills. So, yeah, I haven't really thought about this. Okay. Ooh, there's a world where if I had an MMG... damn. Okay. So, what happens is this guy goes to K4. Does he go to K4? This guy can see him. Is this diagonal? Does it get closer? No. Okay. Yeah, so he'll go to L3, then K3. So that's 5. So he'll do that. And then Defender in this, they will low crawl to F0 because that's all they can realistically do without being penalized or have problems. In the advanced phase, these guys are going to both advance. This guy's going to advance. That guy stays DM. Germans are going to try for this guy with the MMG. These guys will go in the woods. These guys will advance. They'll go here. MMG's not going to leave because of this. This guy might as well go down. Mortar will continue advancing. I think that's it. CC phase, there is a potential CC. So, Germans and then Norwegians. Norwegians get ambushed again. It's a 1-to-1. Okay. The Norwegians do get to withdraw. Which, fuck it. They'll, yep. Oh, no, wait, they can't move. I don't think that supersedes that. So, yeah, they are stuck there, so they can't move. But they're not dead. And they will 1-to-4 up 2, which, yeah, it doesn't do anything. Technically, I should probably just, like, have not rolled. Because there's no... I don't think there's a way for them to win. Outside of, like, maybe Snake Eyes, and... yeah, I don't know. I don't think that would have worked. That's it for CC. We go to turn 3. Rally. Yeah, that's still that. Weather, no change. Rally phase. In the rally phase, Norwegians, no, they're basically screwed at this point. DM will stay on. This guy can't rally. And this guy will attempt to fix. No, alright, cool. We go to prep fire phase. In the prep fire phase, I am going to do the only thing I can, which is reveal a bunch of units. So I'm going to have... yeah, they really only have, like, one target. So they're all going to shoot the stacking J7. That is a 10 firepower, up 1, I believe, because I don't know if the hedge does anything. At that, the height on hedges and walls always gets me, because I think the hedge would apply. So, unfortunately, it's a Pintash check only, no rate. So, Pintash check, no effect, and the half squad is also fine. So, that's it. I feel like, knowing what happened, I kind of wish I'd shot this guy, but alright, well, it doesn't matter. Prep, this guy is DM'd. Yeah, don't really have anything else I can do. Movement phase, not gonna bother. Like, yeah, like, I can assault move, I guess. Like, I will assault move to F1, and I'm just gonna have the stack shoot him, because why not? So it's a plus minus, but it's still 4 on 8, which is a morale check of some sort, and that guy will break. Which means they're both going to get eliminated, essentially. Over here, on this backside here, so 1, 2, 3. This guy will go down for 1. Might as well do 2, 3. And this guy is going to go here for 1, 2, and then 3, 4. I don't think anybody... Well, he doesn't lose concealment anyway, so it doesn't matter. Defensive fire phase, these guys are already shot. They will shoot again, just because they can. They're evil. Nothing happens. These guys in J7 are going to shoot back, so it's a 3 up 2. Or, sorry, up 1. Nope. MMG is going to shoot at that building and hope that it works. Yeah. So, range is 5. It's halved. It's 4.5 up 2. 6 on 4.5 should be a normal morale check, so these guys will just disappear. He has no other targets and no rate. That should be it, I think. Well, technically, you know what? I should have done that. I'm just a dork. Yeah, I'm not gonna shoot back because I should have made that shot. Advanced fire phase, none. Route. This guy has to route, so he will go down for 1 and 2, 3. And these guys are both eliminated because they are, well, they get interdicted, I guess. But I can't imagine that I will survive 3 interdictions. Like, if I go here, interdiction... I guess, so technically, you know, one of these guys gets eliminated just for refusal of prisoner, and then the other one should die to, you know, anything else. Like, I don't think there's a run where that guy makes it. And I also don't care to make that, so... Like, I could low crawl, I guess, technically. But again, like, they're just going to die in another turn. So maybe I should still do it, but I don't think I care that much for it. So in the advanced phase, I'm going to have the guy with the MMG move to K3. And the green guy in J3 is just going to stay there. And then over here, guy with the LMG goes into GG7. And then these guys go here. CC, I'm still 1 to 2 flat. Okay, that's a casualty reduction, I believe. And then the Germans are at a 1 to 1 down 1, which unfortunately has no effect. So random selection, squad takes a casualty reduction. This is the worst result they can get because that's a point. And now I need to reinforce that. But this green guy can now shoot at people who are trying to move in, so it's bad all around. And then we go to turn 4 for the Germans. On turn 4, weather, no change. For rallies, there's a self-rally they can try, don't get it, and DM goes away. And then repair. Ooh, I get an LMG back. Doesn't really matter right now, but it's better than nothing. And then we go to prep-fire phase. I think I'm running out of time. I need 13 building hexes. I need 13 building hexes and I have 4 turns of movement to do it. Yeah, building hexes. So it's not even buildings. Although I guess, like... you know, if I throw a guy in there, yeah, it prevents building control. Like, total building control. So it's still... I don't know if I'll be able to get this. Okay, so this guy's kind of dead no matter what, so I'm going to try a 4 up 2. No, alright, so this guy's probably dead. I'm going to try and save him with these guys, so it's an 8 up 2. Also, no, that guy's dead. There's no way. There's no way he survives a flat 16, so... Unless I just choose to shoot here, which wouldn't matter, because, like, then these guys will get to shoot first. This guy's probably just dead, period. And if I can snipe this guy or these guys, that'll be fantastic, really. It's kind of a shame that the green guys just kind of, you know, had to give up the ghost so fast. That would have been really good. Yeah, I'm going to try 3 up 1. Okay. And, I need these guys to move. But if I move, even a green could snipe them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. You know what? I can't take the risk. I can either take a shot or bug out. And if I take a shot, that's a turn of movement gone. 9 flat. That's probably just pin test check. 10 on 9. Wow, that's nothing? Not even a pin test check. Alright, well that was... Yeah, that was a waste. Well, at least that feels like a waste now, but... movement phase. I'm going to ditch the mortar and assault move into K6. I feel like that's the only sensible thing to do here. Because this guy's reduced. And... the squad with the LMG is also going to join him. Because I really can't risk losing 3 points here. I probably will still lose 3 points, but I don't want to keep losing points. Guy with the MMG here, 1, 2, 3, 4. And this stack loses CX. And I have to threaten these buildings. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to try this shot, and I'm going to hate it if this works. These 2 squads are going to shoot. That sucks. Oh, that's so close. That's not on both sides. That's a clean shot. That's a clean shot. Wow. Is the LS still bugged? Hold on. Why is it... Okay, I need to double check LOS bugs here. I need to see if there's like a beta version, cause or downgrade, because I really don't understand why LOS has not worked for a little bit. That really sucks. Okay, well, that's a fantastic shot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, they're both at half. That's a 2 on 4. Because it's down to K2. Shit. K2 result, random selection. Leader takes the wound. He's just wounded. And then a 2 morale check. He's fine. If that was full power. Sniper activates. 6, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need a grid. Shit. Where is the grid? Map? No, hex grid. There we go. Perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's in all of these locations. Yeah. Screw it. I'm a target here. You know what? If I target... No, you know what? I'm targeting this. I'm going to target this no matter what. Random selection. Leader. Okay, well, I will pick the leader. So he's wounded and he's dead. So that's 2 points. The squad is at the same level, so he's fine. Sniper does not activate again. He also can't shoot back. And, yeah, okay. That's an easy 2 points. Now I'm kind of screwed. I don't think there's a way for me to win this. I think the Germans are fucked. Defensive fire phase. 8 up 1. Okay, really lucky. That's a bummer. 2 up 1. Man. I don't have any other shots, which is fine. Advanced fire phase, none. These guys have to DM. Routes. Routes. I'm going to move them back 1. It doesn't really matter, but I'd rather move them back 1. Call it peace of mind, I guess. Nobody else has to route. Advances. These guys are all going in here. I need to stem this blood flow and hope and pray. You guys go into the woods. You go in the building, and you can go stay on the hill. This would be suicide no matter what I do. So I'm going to move them back and ditch the mortar. Specifically so that I can not be doubled. And then this stack needs to split now. Holy moly. Yeah, I'm just going to move there. And not get hit. And those guys go in the woods. This is scuffed. Alright, there's potential for game here. This squad, or these guys, are 2-1. So we'll just roll it now. No? Okay, it's probably over. Yeah, that's a nothing burger. I could go 2-1 as the Norwegians on 2 half squads, either of the 2 half squads, or I could go 1-1 on a squad or 2 half squads. I'm gonna go 2-1 and not trust myself. No, all right, that stays melee. That's a big kerfuffle. That's probably it probably won't matter. That'll probably just end up being game over anyways, but might as well try. Turn 4, Norwegians, weather, no change. The only rally phase action is a repair over here. Don't get it. We go to prep fire phase. MMG and squad are going to shoot 8-1. It's a 1 morale check. Okay. I did not get rate. This is actually one of the very rare times where I could see someone justifying this because it's a CVP. I am not going to do it, but I could see someone justifying it. 2-1. No. All right. Yeah, I probably should have moved. Well, there's not really a place to move them. I guess I could have assault moved into K3, but it doesn't really matter. That's it for prep fire. Movement phase, I'm going to CX 1 squad. They're going to bypass 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This guy, or the guy with the LMG, is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And this guy will go 2-4. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to keep him here. He'll be a nuisance. Or, better yet, 2-4. He's just going to be a nuisance there. Because, again, I barely need anything for a kill. Defensive fire phase, hope and a dream, 2-2. Nope. And, 2-1. Also no. That's sniper bait. I shouldn't try that. This guy as a 9 flat. That's making me nervous here. So 3 on 9 is a K3. Pretty sure it said K3. So this guy halves, breaks, and ELRs, which means he's useless at this point. He's basically just... Oops. He only exists to suffer at this point because he can't self-rally. Sniper doesn't activate. They're very lucky. I do have rate of fire, but again, like there's no point there. Advanced fire phase, none. Routes. This guy can't route. The German squad here can't route because he'd be going and being interdicted, so I will not do that. And then advances, like, yeah, nothing. This guy goes DD into DD2. And that's it. CC phase, I will try the 2-1 again. Nope. And the Germans also 2-1. Also no. Alright. That's kind of crazy. Turn 5. Weather, no change. Self-rally? No. DM comes out. What else? Nothing else in the rally phase. This DM comes off, but again, it doesn't matter. You can't do anything. Repair? Wow, okay, well, Germans have gotten lucky today. Prep fire phase. There's really not much. Uh, 4 up 2? No. Okay. 2 up 2, Dream. No. All right. Either this guy stays out in the open or he moves and gets shot. Like, I think my only chance is I'm going to take pity on him with the guy with the MMG and keep shooting the broken guy because that makes way more sense. But there's really not much else to do. Movement phase. This guy will go 1, 2, 3. Big stack here will do 1, 2, 3, 4. This stack will go 1, 2, 3, 4. These guys are going to CX. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These guys can't move. That's it. Defensive fire phase. In the defensive fire phase. 4 up 2. No. 8 up 1. I just want one good roll. DMs this guy. Advanced fire phase none. Routes. Again, can't do anything with this guy. It's the only one that, like, really matters. Yeah, it's pretty much the only one that really matters. Advances, you go in the woods, you go here, you go here. Moving those guys is just insane. I don't think he can see here. No, he can. Shit. They're gonna stay there. Man, he can see there? Shit. I did not think that would be possible. He's gonna dance there. Yep, I think that's it. I guess, like, he is... Because the machine gun's broken, like, I technically have a way better chance, but I have to survive 2 turns. Yeah, it's not worth it. I think that's it. Then we go to CC. 2 to 1 for the Germans. No, and 2 to 1 for the Norwegians. Oh, I should have. I knew it. I knew it. I called it. I knew that would happen. All right. Turn 5 Norwegians. Weather no change. Rally phase. They're gonna try and repair. They get the machine gun back, and the Germans will not get to do that. And there's no other actions. Prep fire phase. 8 up 1. 6. Yeah, that's it. Because he gets reduced, and that is the point limit. Because this is 2. There's another 4 for 6. That's 7, 8, and then 9, 10. So GG's for the Germans. Well, technically the Norwegians because they won, but GG's for both sides, realistically. Yeah, crazy scenario. I think that this scenario is far too punishing towards the Germans. Yeah, like, if I hadn't had Gus at the worst time possible, there's a world where, yeah, you do your squads, you drop infantry smoke, you have a chance at affecting them way more. The Germans got lucky by not having snipers do the war, like only activating once, although it did hit an 8-1, which is really beneficial. But yeah, like, there's so much open ground. What's the balance? I hope the balance for the Germans is to make it a little bit easier. No. Wow. You're still... Okay. And the Germans have won this a collective 89 times to 53? That's crazy. This does not feel like it's a German favorite scenario. I have to imagine that the people who are playing the Norwegians are being very careful. And while I understand it, I do think that you're giving up so much open space at the start that there's no point for it. Like, you might as well make the Germans have to push through heavily defended terrain that's open before they get to move through the closer defended, you know, everything's buildings and woods kind of obfuscate stuff. Like, yeah, the fact that you have alpine hills really makes it tough because you can't just, you know, uh, if the Norwegians, like in this instance where I had something on I-8, right? Like I-8 gets to move for free out of this area if he's faced by anybody on the northern side of, you know, O9 is technically a really good hex if it wasn't Alpine Hills. But the fact that it's Alpine Hills makes it so that outside of I-9 and J-8, you can't see anything here, which completely ruins the Overwatch that you would normally have. Because O9 actually should be able to see E8, I believe. No, it's close. But I still think the point stands where you still get to see H8, E9, F8. Technically, I think you get to see D8 as well. So you get to see, you know, what is this, 80%, 85% or something of this hill normally. It might even be higher than that. But anyways, you get to see so much normally that now that Alpine Hills exists, well, you can only see these two hexes from O9. And that's crazy. Like, maybe you can see E9. No, no way. Um, you know, you only get to see two hexes. So that's crazy. You flip essentially the entire vision of that hill. Same idea, like M6 is is still good in that you can see L4, H3, F3 for sure. I don't think you get to see anything else. Um, you know, you still get to overwatch some spots, but the woods being here plateaus you early. You really have to go down in the weeds, and there's no reason for the Norwegians. Like, why would you ever give line of sight on this entire area up? You know, on like for me, like I realized only after starting that like I can see P10. So, you know, there is no like you have to set up in P10 or P9, right? And go into O10 if you want to get in here. But if you don't do that, turn one, you're locked out. Like you can't go into this area if you don't follow that, right? So, so that's just something that's so powerful, and I don't think there's a way. Thankfully, I don't think there's a way for O10 to be spotted by anybody. Like I think you have to, like the only potential would be, yeah, no, that plateaus. Like if this hedge didn't exist, that's the only clean source would be K5. But you know, it's just yeah, it's crazy. I think it's strange that the Germans have won so frequently. Because even in this case, like the Germans have two more moves after this. So presume like I break one stack and then he gets broken. I guess at that point, you know, turn one, like one turn they get in here, they CX. You can nab, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Like you can probably get all these for free, but you then have to leave guys in those hexes. Otherwise, the Norwegians come back and reclaim them, and I have 3 squads here because everybody else died. Or like I needed to fight other groups and try to do stuff. So I don't know. Maybe there's a world where like I should have just cut my losses, not take the melee, just like have the guys that were in there stay there because obviously they got nothing else to that they could really do. Just absorb that loss and then run everybody else straight to the buildings. But like if it happens at the worst time, you now have a Norwegian squad with an MMG that just gets to shoot you, in the back. Not really ideal. So I don't know. I think this was still fun. I do think that um, it's just very close. Like you could probably determine really, really quickly who's gonna win. and who's not after like 2 or 3 turns. And that's probably where the problem lies. Is that it's just the CVP limit is so low, but you kind of need it to be low. Otherwise the Norwegians are just like in a big problem, or have a big problem for themselves. So yeah. Anyways, I enjoyed this. I do. It's weird. Yeah, I enjoyed this. I'd recommend this one. I do think that a aggressive deployment is probably the best one for this. Because the Germans just don't get to attack with anything realistically on turn one because of all the lines of sight, and that's just going to inherently favor the Norwegians because they can take it if they don't have anything that pressures them on turn one to move. There's no reason not to have a 9-2 leader, whether he's in, whether he's in K6, I7, K3. That's like K6, K5. Like the K5 is like probably the worst you could put him in. But I8, I7, K6, K3, those are all mega good spots. Like even technically K4. K4 is super weird because you can shoot at at M7. You can probably you can snake your way through into N9. You probably can. That's super. No, you can't. The N9 blocks it. You can shoot N9. You can shoot M7. You can shoot M8. You probably you can't do M9, but you don't. There's nothing here in this range that'll ever see you, and you get to cover everywhere on the bottom side. Barring L0, but like K4, if you could start entrenched, or if you were just like wanted to risk it and just kind of fake out your opponent, K4 is a really good spot. Like unironically, is a really good spot to take that chance and potentially score just like a game-winning thing right off the bat. I think that if anything, that's the problem of the scenario, is that you can come into a spot where you just like lose instantly. So that's probably the worst thing about this scenario. But yeah, nonetheless, fun. So that'll be it for tonight. I do want to bring up one thing though. So again, thanks for Tin Flash for the subscription. I'm gonna have to legit put some time into figuring out what I want to do with subs and like emotes and stuff. So if anybody has ideas, and if anybody could even help me out, I'm gonna try and do them on my own because I do have some tools to help me make like icons and stuff. So that shouldn't be too much of a problem. But I'm gonna come up with try to come up with some ideas for community building things. So as an example, I do think it'd be kind of cool if people with points can spend points to say re-roll a result. Now, granted, some of these things would probably have to cost quite a bit in terms of channel points, and I'm not saying that just so that people will lurk or whatever and get points. I just think that something as consequential as a reroll could, and whatever, I guess there'd be like a value I could put to increase what the reroll would be. So maybe I don't know, we'll say 3,000 channel points as an example. Like 3,000 channel points, you get to re-roll one of my results, and for 2,500 you get to re-roll my opponent's result, and for 6,000 you get to re-roll anything. I don't know, I'll have to figure it out because I don't want it to completely break scenarios if people have a lot of points. But obviously also the dice are the dice, and you never know. Anyways, you could have a reroll and it be, it's never guaranteed that it's better. It could easily be worse. So I think that's something I want to look into to see if I can get that done. I'm gonna try and get emotes or something done, just to, just so that people who are subscribing or participating in the streams can have something to kind of show off for that. I don't know if I'm gonna do any like voice alerts or whatever. Obviously, I have already the subscription stuff and follows and whatever. But I don't think I'm gonna have anything that just like kind of pops up and does, I don't know, something. So yeah, that's the plan for the stream. I still do need to get into. I do need to work on like refreshing the the vision a little bit. I am a little tired of seeing the black bars myself. Not that I see them while I'm playing, but seeing it represented on the stream, I could probably do something with a little bit more texture or something, and make it look a little bit nicer. But that will be it for today. If anybody has anything they want to contribute or whatever, let me know. You can see me on Vassal. I'm pretty sure my link to Discord DMs should be on my Twitch page. Otherwise, just DM me on Twitch, and I will try to get back to you ASAP. But as always, thank you for watching. Thank you for participating. I hope to see you next time. This coming Saturday, I should have a game with Rutan. We do have a scenario picked, but I forget if we picked sides or whatever. So we're gonna figure that out. Should have a game on Saturday, and I hope to see you then. Bye.